So I've been really thinking about what makes me happy. I decided to make a contract, a pursuit of happiness contract. Co-signed, supported, and approved by my wife. It's a pledge to focus on what I love to do sustainably with good health and eventually wealth. So I'm in my 30s. I recently departed my 10 plus year career in gaming and media. I'm gonna remove myself from an unintended career gone too far and to get away from the business side of gaming and media. It's time to get back into things that make me driven, focusing on the creative, a vlog that focuses on the things in my life and about the everyday things that make life better. Expect greatest hits like building a disastrous smart home, my roller coaster waistline, how I became a day trading statistic, the best cooking pan I've never used, my man cave kill box for mosquitoes, or living my life like an anime. They combine all my interests into one, and I hope you'll subscribe and join my odd adventures, and maybe you'll get something out of it. But give me a second. We need to go back for some context. It's 2008. The economic crisis didn't leave many millennials with a lot of choices, myself included. I'm saddled with about 110K plus in debt from college. They say it was a pretty good film school. In the creative filmmaking realm, there wasn't really much for, an aspiring film director back then. And it was tough to get anything started when I had little money and just more debt racking up. Unintendedly, I landed in the business side of the industries I enjoyed. During that time, my first job, for 7 months, I wasn't paid. And I was running out of time. My first paycheck, I actually had to find an investor to invest in the company to pay me a paycheck. So I was getting paid to find someone to pay the company to pay me. And instinctually, not something I wanted to do, but I tried to get better at it because, I had bills to pay. This was the start of my debt paying journey, which lasted probably 10 years. It got to the point where people valued me, and at its peak, I was making $379,128 a year. This kind of money is life-changing, but I was too deep in it, and I lost something important. A short foray where I was supposed to pay off some debts and eventually shift over actually just slowly betrayed my childhood dreams. But wait a minute. And don't get me wrong, I was extremely grateful and appreciative for everything. My mentors, the opportunities, world-class projects. It really transformed me from a naive person just out of school into a qualified professional. It started me getting coffee for high-level executives of Hollywood, all the way to being an entrepreneur, a C-suite member, and working with lawyers, raising money, pitching to investors, being in high-level boardrooms, from finances to how to build a company to managing P&Ls, or how to manage team members, still applicable to this day. Everything I learned and still useful in my future endeavors. It was really a rocket ship that was on fire. The boosters were about to pop, fuel just leaking, screws were barely holding, hurtling towards my untimely death. I was paying a heavy price. A slew of issues came out, dangerous cocktail of high blood pressure, a buffet of a la carte issues that were off the charts, consistent lack of sleep, getting through the day with 2 hours of sleep, long hours with sleep apnea, heart palpitations, jet lag every 2 months, gout flares that left me crippled weeks at a time, crawling on the ground, just crawling and cursing. 3 to 4 hour commutes, beyond normal work pressure, no social life, barely any friend contact, and just like my mental wellness deterioration over the many years of not doing something I wanted to do and just get deeper and just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. I want to remind you that this is not a complaint list, because I know I pushed myself over 10 years of a career that was quite amazing, but really this is not about that. My disarray and veering off for the first 10 years of my life has reared itself as multiple wake-up calls in all of the problems I listed above. There's a new type of debt in my life now, and that's regret. How much of that can I take on now? I don't think I can anymore. I finally paid off my loan. Yay! That was a huge deal for me. My wife hated that I was floating through life for the sake of money, sacrificing my well-being. I love my wife. I love my wife for her fierce authenticity. And she knew I was lying to myself. So honey, is it okay that I pursue my passion? I mean, we have a baby right now, and also now you're like the breadwinner.
Pursue what?
pursue my dream.
What is your dream?
To make YouTube content.
How are you gonna make money?
We'll make money. We'll find out later.
Are you happy when you're doing this?
Yeah?
Okay.
I was not being authentic to myself and who I wanted to be. I became a money-focused, calculating, fear-driven individual trying to hold on to things that were just destroying me inside and out. And now I'm at an age where I can't do that anymore.
Let's do it.
So that's why we have this contract. I'm saying I like to create. And that's something I haven't done in a really long time. The best time in my life was when I, around college, had the opportunity to travel to Asia and live there for a year. And that moment, I can say, was the start of 1 year of a really happy life, because I recorded and I filmed that whole year. I even have a whole channel dedicated to that, even before vlogging or YouTube was really a thing. This was back in 2008. And I always look back to that and think, what if I continued during that time? And you know, the rise of YouTube happened, influencers and all these people that I admire on YouTube. It made me start thinking I should dive in and to really build something, and to no longer be paid $379,128. Am I okay with that? Yes. Yes, I am.